No idea. Absolutely no idea. Breaking news. I had to end the previous video because this felt he deserved a video title of his own. City could be in RB Leipzig's Xavi Simons, which is absolutely mental. This is going to be a weird week of football. AJ, you got it bang on, mate. What is going on, Mason? No idea, mate. Life is absolutely crazy right now in all things Manchester City. And this is the latest link, and it comes from a pretty reliable source for what it's worth. I'll go over to the link where it's just come from. It's come from your man Sasha. Sasha Tavalieri, I don't know how to pronounce it. Either way, he said City have entered the race for Xavi Simons. With the likely departure of Savinho, the citizens have re-established contact with super agent Ali Barat in an attempt to lure Xavi away from Chelsea. On the Chelsea side, talks are still on. Nothing changes. Ongoing discussions and mutually to finalise a deal. Wild. Absolutely wild. Absolutely out of nowhere. What? How to make of this? I'm still processing it. It's literally been. It's 2 minutes old. This news. So it's. I mean, he broke this news. Well, I say 2 minutes old. This tweet is 9 minutes old. But in terms of when I actually saw about it, this is a wild development. If this is true, I can see it for what it's worth. It'd be very Manchester City and Guardiola to replace a flat-out winger with a more sort of general forward midfield attacker. If that makes sense. It'd be very Guardiola to do that. So do not downplay the fact that, you know, he's not a winger as such, as a reason why we wouldn't do it. And he played, as Georgie Boy in the chat said, he played most of his games left wing last season. 17 goal contributions, 25 games, which is pretty good. Yeah, like, I mean, this is a very Manchester City thing to do if it happens. I actually like Xavi Simons. He was in my midfielders to buy video, and I really like him. He's more of a 10 and midfielder, if I'm being honest, but he can play on the left side. I saw him play against us in Leipzig a few years ago, and I was really impressed with him. I think he's a really, really smart footballer. It's one of those things where I'm trying to think of the balance. I just did a video about Grealish, McAtee and Savinho leaving. They are all forward players, and Xavi Simons would technically sort of replace one of them. I still think we have squad issues in terms of homegrown and so on. Savinho out, Xavi Simons in would sort of put us back where we were. But he's a very, very smart player, Xavi Simons. He plays centrally, absolutely fine. He play left wing. He's got a very good left foot. I don't think Sasha's a poor source, by the way. For what I can tell, he's been pretty on it for City this summer. He makes the odd mistake here and there, but Sasha is a reasonably good source. I'll go to Xavi Simons' stats because I think that's definitely worth considering. You know, I'll tell you about this guy and so on and blah, blah, blah and all that. He was basically on the cusp of joining Chelsea. That might still happen. It could be that the agent's using him to get the move that he wants. But Xavi Simons, if you don't know much about him, about RB Leipzig, he's 22 years old. Only recently turned 22 as well at the end of last season. So he's not like he's about to turn 23. It's April, so... Yeah, in terms of football, he's got most of the season as a 22-year-old as well. So he's only young, attacking midfielder, 28 caps, 5 goals for the Netherlands. Last season... He's had a few injuries for what it's worth. He's got a decent injury history. But yeah, he joined obviously like officially on the 1st of January, and he's got like a release clause, I think, hasn't he? Around 60 million, something like that, isn't it? It's a proper like buy and flip thing for them. Last season in the Bundesliga, career stats in general, by the way, 57 games in the Bundesliga and 38 goal contributions, a goal or assist every 269 minutes. I'll try and find his actual season stats to show you. 1 second. Stats per season. So where is it? There you go. Last season stats for you there for him. So 17 goals in 25 games last season. That was 2,157 minutes. I'll tell you exactly how many goals per minute that is. But either way, it's a very, very accomplished 2,157 divided by how many? 17. I did a typo there. 2,157 divided by 17 is a goal or assist every 126 minutes, which is good. It's good. It's really good. It's a really good record there. what I like about Xavi Simons, he's a very aggressive, powerful runner. He's got a little bit of that driving through the midfield thing that Kevin De Bruyne has, actually. A really aggressive striker with the ball, a little bit of flair. He's versatile. He's a good age. He's very set to go and explode as a footballer and be really good. I like Xavi Simons. I think he's got an awful lot of skill. I think he's got an awful lot of ability. And he's got an awful lot of potential to go well. Look at his key passes. And do you know what? I'll show you how he compares to other players. So data MB is a good metric here. So I'll compare. Here we go. I'll go to midfielders. Simons. Is he on here? Well, he's not as a midfielder, apparently. Is he listed as a winger? Yeah, he's listed as a winger on here. Is Wirtz listed as a winger? He is. So Wirtz, of course, ahead of him. As you'd expect. So Wirtz obviously had a better season and so on. He's more of a midfielder there. Yeah, I mean, data MB can be confusing because I've seen it where they change positions and it looks different. I'll add, like, I don't know, Doku in there, for example. There's Doku over there. Doku's actually, he deserves more credit than he gets there, to be fair. I'll add Savinho in. Savinho, and where's Savinho there? My eyes are messed up with that too. There's too many things going on. I'll take Doku out for a second. There's Savinho. Simon's not necessarily a winger. Shirky, good comparison. Well, Shirky won't even be on here, I don't think, because he's not down as a winger either. Is he down as a winger? I'll get rid of Simons and there's... Wait, I'll bring Shirky in for... Wirtz, as you can see there, they are the same player basically. Wirtz, slightly better dribbler. Simons, as you can see there, not quite as good as either of them, but chances created. I'll find another metric in the way to measure them actually. What's the other side? FBref. There we go. I'll go over to. I've got that as a bookmark from a long time ago. I'll find. On here and show you statistically how he gets on. Here we go. So here's his stats percentile compared to other players. First attacking midfielder, wingers. 88 percentile passes completed. Shot created actions 82nd percentile. And nothing particularly special on here in terms of other players. Versus midfielders, if you can put him as a midfielder, as you can see, it goes up really high. There's progressive carries, successful take-ons, and all that kind of stuff. If you compare him with midfielders, it looks really good. I don't know how they choose the metrics and so on. But yeah, it plays more of a forward potentially. And look, he's... I'll go to I'll leave the stats for now. You can go find your way. What do I think about this potential? If there's anything in this, I'll see if there's any more news breaks, and you guys let me know if anything else breaks. But Xavi Simons is a really smart player. A player I've actually quite liked. As I said, did a video about saying out in midfield options that I would sign him personally. I think you're sort of getting. I think you're sort of getting still a prospect. I would argue. Like, I don't think Xavi Simons is. Like, miles ahead of Savinho. You got to bear in mind Savinho's played in a much harder league and he played in a team that was a disaster last season. I'd be amazed if Savinho doesn't put up big numbers in the Bundesliga. Like, genuinely, I'd be amazed. It's one of those things where I don't think there's that much between them. I think they're very different players, but in terms of overall quality, I think they're probably closer than you realise. But having said that, I want Savinho to stay, so I understand why, I understand why people don't, but look, yeah, I don't know. It's it's complicated. And he's not a winger, ultimately. I don't think he is. Just because he can play out wide, I don't think he really is a winger. He's a very Guardiola-type winger where he can play across the front line. In terms of the actual credibility of Sasha, by the way, like someone said he's a tier 2. Yeah, he's not quite Ornstein or Romano in terms of the big news that you have to trust. But he called Doku and Reinders. Got Wirtz wrong. I think he also called the Shirky release call being rejected, so he's got a pretty decent reputation. Yeah, it's complicated. I don't know how I feel about this. I need time to process it. It's one of those things where, like, if you were going for a replacement winger, I would rather it be Rodrigo than Xavi Simons, because Xavi Simons he's not a natural winger, and I do want a natural winger personally. I know we're going to do this inverted thing a little bit. Where has he ever played on the right wing, cutting in? Because like if Nunes overlaps. I just don't really feel like we need a sort of quasi winger stroke midfielder thing. I think we need someone who's more of a specialist. It's very hard to say. Has he played on the right? I think he has, but I mean, I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I'm a little bit down on the idea of it. I don't know. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's what we necessarily need. Joining the big club Chelsea hold. I'm not sure if you noticed before you read that comment, mate. I was like, I'm not that bothered about it at all. I'm not that bothered about it, the idea. I mean, it's obviously that I would argue if this is a legit link, it would imply that we are going to replace Savinho at least. Something mad's going to happen. It feels like something mad's going to happen, doesn't it? Savinho's mad, so maybe Xavi Simons is mad. I mean, we're not going to get Olise because Elise or Bocola, neither of them are going in. That's their £120 million. I don't really feel that we're going to sign either of those players. I don't think they'd want to come either. Elise is a brilliant player, but like, why is he going to leave Bayern where he's just got a Ballon d'Or nomination? He only joined a year ago. That's never going to happen in a billion years. You can't really buy Bayern's best players off them. They don't want to leave. So Elise is not going to happen. I mean, he'd be phenomenal. I wanted Elise a year ago. I actually compared him. I got laughed at. I said he reminded me the way he moves with the ball of Ronaldinho, and people were like, what are you on about? He's nowhere near that. I'm not saying he's there, but he's now one of the best attackers in the world. And I'm not saying he's Ronaldinho-esque, but the way he moves, I knew he was going to be good. We didn't go for him anyway. I was gutted about that. I wanted Elise at Man City. Put the $150 million on the table for Dewey. I don't think he'd want to come. This is the thing. I don't think these players would want to come to City. I don't think they're at PSG and Bayern. Like, City don't really have, in my opinion, the strength to step up and take players from PSG and Bayern. We're not that kind of side. We've never have been. I think there's only one or two teams in the world that can do that. It's probably just Real Madrid. City don't have that pull yet. I just don't think we do. I think we're not seen that way. I don't think we are personally. Eze would be fun. Yeah, I don't mind Eze. We do need. Look, I would take Eze for what it's worth because we need homegrown. So Eze would make a lot more sense to me. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about all this. I feel a little bit confused. It's one of those things where, like, do we lean on Xavi Simons as a sort of project? Does he come in as a midfielder and play as another addition as our general forward line? Like, I'm trying to think of where you'd play. Like, Xavi Simons, he's been playing round here, hasn't he, for RB Leipzig? His best position is round here. I mean, if you've got Aït-Nouri... I mean, the only thing is, Xavi Simons, if you've got Aït-Nouri overlapping, this is like Doku and Marmoush territory. I don't see how we'd... I mean, maybe the plan then, if we sell Savinho, Foden's literally just getting right wing stinks. There's a Freudian slip for you. Stints. I think he's got... I don't know. I think he's getting that, and maybe Simons is coming as a midfielder alongside Shirky. Just get a right back. I'm with Jimmy on this. Just fucking sign a right back instead. I'm trying to think how this would work. Cisco, I will do, mate, but I also got to work, pal. This is my job. Don't forget, mate. Got to cover it. 59 games at left wing, 41 as a 10, 27 games at right wing jaw. He's versatile. So I wonder, I mean, it could look like this. It could be... If Aït-Nouri is pushing up there, Marmoush, Doku... This could be Doku, Marmoush caught inside there. That could be Bob and Foden over there. He could be getting... It could be Shirky... Simons. Well, maybe it could be this. It could be Doku, Simons, Haaland, Marmoush. They're the options, and you've got. Trying to work it out. It's very hard, isn't it? Shirky. Who knows, man? Who knows? What a day this is indeed. All this for Kovacic, Bernardo, Gundogan midfield. Braden, well, why would you say that? You're probably true as well, mate. By the way, guys, I've done this like the third video of the day or whatever. Please give the video a like, subscribe if you are a fan of the channel. It helps support Dishevelled, Tired Stephen. I don't know. Yeah, it won't be static. They'll be moving around, but I'm just trying to work it out. I think Simons is a good player. I do like him. I'm just trying to get where he goes. I'm just reading the very latest. I don't really know. I mean, then you start to look at this left back, of course. There you've got it'll be Aït-Nouri and Nico O'Reilly, won't it, as the options. Currently, it's Rico and Nunes as the right back options. If you had Simons, it'd be that. You got. I'm gonna put Reinders up here because I don't even know. Shirky and Gundo, and then Rodri, Nico, Reinders, Kovacic. Is it? Where's Bernardo going then? There's too many players. Bernardo going up on the right, maybe? Oh, God. It's very hard to work out. I don't know if this is going to happen for what it's worth. I don't think it will happen. But I think there is. I think City probably will be considering options. Get Bowen off West Ham. I wouldn't actually mind Bowen. He's a really good player. Some guy tried to DM me, by the way, saying, and I ignored it because I was skeptical, saying Bowen to City is done. Some guy claimed to know Danny Dyer or something like that. Which I felt was nonsense, and I expect it is nonsense. But if you ever hear that Bowen's linked to City, some kid randomly messaged me saying that was a thing, so I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on here. The squad's looking weird. I can't really work out what's going on. It's very hard to work out. Then obviously all the centre-backs as well. The billion centre-backs. What is it? Ake, Diaz, Akanji, Stones, Kusanov. Oh, it's a mess, this squad, isn't it? Gundo's up there next to Shirky. I didn't know where to put him. It's very hard to understand right now. It's one of those days when I want to get outside with the family, but I know it's going to be mad shit constantly. It's a mess. There's no real balance to that. I know Danny Dyer, I laughed at that as well. Okay, so I obviously took it with a pinch of salt. Vardiel, Jesus Christ, I forgot about Vardiel. Where the fuck's everyone going? Someone's got to leave defensively. There's no balance at all. There's no balance. It's just bloated. I haven't got Vardiel on it. Honestly, obviously. By the way, anyone saying Elise, we're not getting Elise. Be realistic. Be realistic here. Maybe we give Ryan McAdoo a go. McAdoo's quality from the academy. Maybe we actually just lean on. We lean on the academy once. Turning it to Chelsea. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to leave the video there because I have nothing more to add other than this is all mental. Guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you all in a bit. Who knows what's going on? I'll see you live in 10 minutes probably. Bye-bye.